Right. So very good evening, Lamai. Quickly give me a feedback. Can you all hear me clearly? Quickly give me a feedback. Can you all hear me clearly? Got a bit late, Lamai, because there was a small connection issue, and now I hope that you all can hear me clearly. So I have given this as a live stream through YouTube. Therefore, quickly give me a feedback. Can you all hear me clearly? So in the live chat that you all can send me a chat, right? Through the live chat that you all can put whether you all can hear me properly. So quickly give me a feedback. Can you all hear me properly? Right. So we will start the discussion. So this is Lamai. We are going to discuss MCQs related to your chapter number 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter number 4 up until cooperatives, right? Up until cooperative business. Okay, so the MCQ number 1. Following are some of the environmental forces that influence the business. Following are some of the environmental forces that influence the business. And then the question is, out of these, select the group which includes only the forces of task environment. So you know, Lamai, when it comes to business environment, we divide it into two as internal environment and then the external environment. So under internal environment, we have discussed there are several factors like owners, managers, employees, right? Organizational culture, structure, and the assets and resources. And then under external environment, Lamai, we divide the external environment into two as task and macro. Am I clear? Under task, there are factors like customers, competitors, suppliers, right? And then potential entrants, producers of close and distant substitutes. So those are the factors that comes under task environment. And then under macro environment, there are factors like political environment, economic environment, social environment, technological environment. So we have discussed it as PESTLE, right? Political, economic, social, technological, then natural environment, and then legal environment. So the question asks you to underline the underline the answer which includes the forces of task environment. Customer is a force of task environment, competitor is a force of task environment, and then producers of substitute goods is a force of task environment, suppliers is a force of task environment. But you should understand the social cultural factors and then technological factors are forces of macro environment, forces of macro environment. So thereby answer has to be A, C, E, and D. A, C, D, and E. Answer number 2. Answer number 2. So people who understood this question, quickly put in the chat box. Did you all understand this? The first question. So you can put in the live chat, right? So under YouTube live, there is a live chat. So quickly give me a feedback. Okay, then we can move into the second question. Which of the following belongs to the demographic environment? Which one of the following belongs to the demographic environment? So what do you mean by demographic environment? So we discussed this demographic environmental factor, and I told you demographic environment means the population related factors, right? The population related factors like the gender of the people, and which is the age mix also, and then what about their educational status. So those things, population related factors. So in the tute, write down population related factors. So belief, customs, norms, and religion. Can you tell me what is the environment that it belongs to? Beliefs, customs, norms, and religion. What is the environment which it belongs to, right? Can you quickly put in the chat box? Right? What are the environment that these belongs to, which is the religion, belief, customs, and norms, right? What is the environment which it belongs to, right? Quickly give me a feedback. It belongs to the, so I can see your live chat. Therefore, tell me the belief, customs, norms, and religion. What is the environment which it belongs to? It belongs to the which environment? Very good, Lamai. Quickly give me your answer. Quickly put in the chat box. Beliefs, customs, norms, and religion. Very good. Right? Which is social and cultural environment. But age mix is something related to the population. Age mix is something related to the population. Therefore, it is a demographic environmental factor. Demographic environmental factor. Right. Then, Lamai, which one of the following is an unethical practice related to the marketing? Right? So in business studies, in the unit number 1 that we have discussed, in the unit number 2 also we discussed something called business ethics, right? What do you mean by business ethics? You must do the right thing, right? You must identify what is good and what is bad, and then you have to do what is right thing, right? What is the good thing? So therefore, under that, based on the business functions, we discussed what are unethical. Based on the production, what is unethical, right? Based on intellectual property, what is unethical? Based on marketing, what is unethical, right? Based on the accounting and finance, what is unethical? So we discussed all of those things. So Lamai, here they ask you to underline the unethical practice related to the marketing. Unethical practice related to the marketing. Fraud, patent usage. You are using someone's patent. That belongs to, that comes under what, Lamai? That comes under unethical activities related to the intellectual property. Stealing business secrets also same. Black market is something unethical which is related to the marketing, right? Selling the items in the black market. So during the crisis time and everything, the petrol, it got sold in the black market, which is an unethical practice in the marketing. Selling abnormal food is an unethical practice when it comes to the production. Am I clear? Treating unemployed unequally is an unethical practice when it comes to the human resource management. Therefore, based on the business activities, we can divide the unethical practice. Did you all understand? Based on the business functions, we can divide the unethical practice. Am I clear, Lamai? Right. Therefore, write down the answer. Answer number 3. Answer number 3. So we will be winding up the session just before the Maghrib Bazan. Therefore, don't worry. Okay. Therefore, if you have any questions that you can put in the live chat, right? Aggala, you can put it to the live chat if you have any questions. Fourth question, which of the following is not an economic environmental factor? Interest rate is related to the economic environment, right? It is related to economic environment. Foreign exchange is also related to economic environment. Literary rate is nothing to do with the economic environment. It is all about the social, or we can even take it as a demographical factor. Therefore, for the fourth question, answer has to be answer number 3. Which of the following is a tax not collected by the Department of Inland Revenue? Now I'm asking you a question. Tell me what is the, right? What is the department which collects excise duty? What is the department? Tell me, Lamai, which collects the excise duty? That is the answer, right? Income tax, payee, VAT, stamp duty are collected by the Department of Inland Revenue. Tell me, what is the department which collects the excise duty related to our liquor and everything? Can you give me the answer? Excise duty. What is the department which collects the excise duty? Can you give me the answer, everyone? You'll have to give me the answer in the live chat, right? Tell me what is the department which collects the excise duty? What is the department which collects the excise duty? Give me the answer. Very good. Samadhi gave the correct answer. Superb. Excellent. Others also. Others also give me the answer. Duties there in the description, right, of this live meeting. Tell me what is the department which collects the excise duty? Very good. Hamdan also gave the correct answer. What about others? Everyone give me the correct answer. What is the department which collects the excise duty? Simple. Right? You should give me answers, Lamai, then only that you improve. Am I clear? So I can explain this quickly, but you all should give me the answers. Right? Give me the answer. What is the department which collects the excise duty? Only 2 students gave the correct answer. Very good. Mahanama, Shanta, very good. Gave the correct answer. What about others? It is Lamai, Department of Excise. Department of Excise. Excise Department. Which is not a quantitative instrument used by the central bank. Bank interest rate, we have already discussed this. It is a quantitative monetary policy instrument, right? Which is central bank as the lender of last resort when they give a loan to the commercial bank that they have to pay an interest back. Statutory reserve ratio means, Lama, it is also a quantitative instrument. SDFR, SLFR, we have already discussed this in our theory class. That is also a quantitative instrument. Collateral requirement means, Lama, it's like this. For example, we say government needs to give more loan to the education sector. So if you need to get a educational loan, you don't have to keep a very big value of collateral, right? That you don't require collateral. Collateral means like a security. Am I clear? But the sectors that the government want to demotivate, the sectors that the government want to reduce the amount of loans that they are giving, they will increase the collateral requirements. Am I clear? That is a kind of a policy change. Therefore, which is not a quantitative instrument used by Central Bank of Sri Lanka, it is the collateral requirements. Then write down under that, Lamai, it is a qualitative monetary policy instrument. Yeah, gonna write down. It is a qualitative monetary policy instrument. It is a qualitative monetary policy instrument. Write down this. Seventh question. Not a consumer rights introduced by the American President John F. Kennedy. Right to safety is a consumer right introduced by JFK, John F. Kennedy. And then the right to be informed is also a consumer right introduced by John F. Kennedy. Right to choose is also a consumer right introduced by John F. Kennedy. Lamai. Hari? And then my right to be heard is also another consumer right introduced by John F. Kennedy. But right to redress is that is the answer. Write down this is introduced by Consumers International. Right, this is introduced by Consumers International, an international body in order to protect the consumer rights. Right, it is introduced by the Consumers International. Consumers International. Write down this. Not a function of Sri Lankan standard institution, providing laboratory facilities when it comes to the standards, providing training, providing information, right? These are some of the functions. Provide import inspections is also a function, right? When the items are being imported into Sri Lanka, they inspect it and they give the quality approval, the quality assurance. But to protect consumers against unfair trade practices, Lamai, this is the objective of Consumer Affairs Authority. Therefore, write down it on the paper. This is an objective of Consumer Affairs Authority. Consumers Affairs Authority. This is an objective of Consumer Affairs Authority. Write down this. And I want all of you to give me the answer for the 9th question. Quickly put in the live chat. Right. For the 9th question, what is the standards mentioned by ISO 9001? It is related to the quality system certification, right? Quality system certification. Environmental management system ISO 14001, and then food safety system 22,000. Am I clear? Occupational health and safety management in the energy labeling scheme. Quality system is the ISO 9001. Right? Make sure that you will write down that list and you memorize it because it is important. Underline the incorrect answer for the intellectual property that belongs to the copyright. Underline the incorrect answer for the intellectual property that belongs to the copyright. Copyright means, Lamai, it's one of the intellectual property, a license given to the artistic creations like films, maps, choreography, and then the musical components. Am I clear? And then the databases, music, for those things. But for vaccines, right? For the vaccines, a scientist discovering a vaccine for certain disease or something, vaccine comes under the, what Lamai? Vaccine comes under the patents. Am I clear? So when you find a vaccine, when you find a new invention, right, you will get a patent right. Therefore, this is related to the patents. Therefore, underline the incorrect answer. Incorrect answer is vaccines. Therefore, in business studies, every time when you read a question, you should understand whether they ask you to underline the correct answer or the incorrect answer. Am I clear? So, if you don't read the question properly, what happens is that you will underline the, sometimes for the incorrect, you will underline the correct. Sometimes for the correct, you will underline the incorrect. An input considered in the business process. Goods and services are the output. Marketing is a process, which is a function, right? Which is a function. Financing is also a function. R&D, research and development, is also a function. Entrepreneurship is one of the input, right? Land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, knowledge, time, information. Those are inputs in the business process. Write down this. Rupika, an owner of a beauty salon, bought a television for the use of her salon. The buying of the television belongs to. Now, if you look at here, Lamai, when it comes to the goods, we can divide the goods into so many categories, right? We can divide the goods into so many categories. One type of that is, Lamai, consumer goods for your consumption. For your consumption. But some of the goods are there, which is for the business purposes. For those, we can give the name as business goods or capital goods. Am I clear? Therefore, Rupika, she's an owner of a beauty salon. She's buying a television not for her personal use, not for her home use. She's purchasing a television for the use of the business, use of her salon, right? Use of the business place. So in salon and everything, Lamai, you might have seen there are televisions. Am I clear? That is not for her personal use. That is for the use of the business. So thereby, it is a business good. Answer has to be answer number 3. Answer has to be answer number 3. 13th question. Right now, there are questions from the business organization part, because when it comes to our previous MCQ sessions and our school paper discussion sessions, am I clear? We have already discussed about the previous, that means grade 12, chapter number 1, 2, and 3. Now, we are going to discuss some questions related to the business organizations. Procuring capital on one's own, right? One person is introducing a capital. What type of a business is that, Lamai? That is sole proprietorship. Therefore, write down sole proprietorship. Paying tax on the name of the business. Can a sole proprietorship business, am I clear? So what about industrial goods? Industrial goods, capital goods, business goods, those are some of the similar names that we can use. Am I clear? Some of the similar names that we can use, because here in the option industrial goods, the option is not there. So the best answer would be the business goods. Right? Okay. Paying tax on the name of the business. Can a sole proprietorship business pay the tax on the name of the business? Answer is no. Why is that? Because there is no legal personality. Then write down sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship cannot pay taxes. Cannot pay taxes using business name. Using the business name. Using the business name due to absence of legal personality. Since legal personality is not there, right, they can't pay the tax using the business name. Collective decisions of the collective decision making. In a sole proprietorship, can they take collective decisions? No. In a partnership, they can get collective decisions, but in a sole proprietorship, they can't take collective decisions. Liability is borne by the owner. That is correct. Why? Because the liability, the obligations to the external parties are completely borne by the sole proprietor, which is the single owner. Therefore, this is related to the sole proprietorship. Enjoying the profits or loss alone. Taniing. Enjoying profit or losses alone. That is also connected, Lamai, for what? Sole proprietorship. Ability to perform individually, that you don't have to get ideas or you don't have to share the business secrets with an external party. You can perform on your own. You can work on your own independently. That is one of the advantage when it comes to the sole proprietorship, right? It is also one of the characteristic of sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship. Thereby, A, D, E, F. A, D, E, F are the characteristics of sole proprietorship. Answer number 2. Okay, right. So write down these important answers, and then if you understood this, quickly put in the live chat that you understood. Right. The 14th question. The act that can be made applicable regarding the activities of a partnership if there is no partnership deed. So what do you mean by partnership deed? It is a written partnership agreement. Am I clear? So I told you when it comes to partnership, we can come into an agreement in 3 ways. One is in the written format. One is like verbally, Lamai. Right? One is verbally, that you don't have to write down, but through the verbal, speak orally, that you can come into an agreement. The third one is there is no written agreement, there is no verbal agreement, but through the behavior we can understand and we carry out the partnership through the behavior. Am I clear? Of the partners. The act that can be made applicable if there is no partnership deed. What is the law? What is the relevant law, Lamai? It is section, right? Quickly give me the answer. What is the section, right? If there is no partnership partnership deed, tell me what is the section that is applicable, right? Partnership ordinance, 1890 partnership ordinance should be the answer. Tell me what is the section, right? Give me the answer. What is the section related to the partnership ordinance? Give me the answer. What is the section related to the partnership ordinance, right? We'll see who is going to give the correct answer. Very good. Imalmi gave the correct answer. Perfect. What about others? Tagaladam. What is the section? If there is no partnership if there is no partnership date, they have to follow the provisions of the section. Anna Hari. Section 24. Perfect. Section 24 of Partnership Ordinance 1890. Right? Therefore, for the 14th question, answer has to be answer number 1. Okay. Now the 15th question. The main advantage of a partnership business in having a partnership deed. So when you read this, you will understand like all the answers are correct, but I'll show you how to get the correct answer. No problems will be arising. Since there is a partnership deed, can we assure that there won't be any problems? Since there is a partnership deed, since there's a partnership agreement, can we tell like there's no any problems, there will be no any problems after that? No, right? Even after the partnership deed, there can be a lot of problems. Therefore, we can't get this as an answer. We can't say that there's no problem will be arising. There's nothing like there will be no problem arising. Therefore, this is the wrong answer. Minimizing of the space that cause disputes. That is correct, Lamai. Problems can occur, but it minimizes the space that cause the disputes. Right? It minimizes the chance of getting into problems. Right? Very good. It minimizes the chance of getting into problems. Therefore, minimization of the space that cause disputes among the partners. Problems can occur, but this will solve the problem. This will minimize the disputes. Mentioning of how each partner should be employed, no, that is not the main advantage. Mentioning about the duties, not the main. Mentioning about the objectives, not the main. Am I clear? So the main advantage is minimization of the space. Yes, that can have the that can cause disputes among the partners. Right? Through Hiru, Sandhu, and Taru. Hiru, Sandhu, and Taru conduct a partnership business. They don't have a partnership deed, right? They don't have a partnership deed. Therefore, what they should follow, Lamai, write down in the questions. If they give there is no partnership deed, in accounting also you will learn, we should understand that they have to follow the provisions of section 24 of 1890 partnership ordinance. 1890 partnership ordinance. Now you all will have a problem. What do you mean by ordinance, right? I'll teach you. What do you mean by ordinance, right? What is the meaning of the ordinance, right? So what do you mean by ordinance, Lamai? Ordinance means law. It's a type of law passed by the parliament. So when did we got the independence, Lamai? We got the independence in 1948. We got the independence in 1948. Right? The laws which were passed before 1948, the laws which were passed before 1948 are known as ordinances, which were passed before 1948. That means during the British government. Am I clear? But the laws which are passed after the 1948, after the 1948 means, Lamai, under our Sri Lankan parliament. Am I clear? So up until 72, we had a parliament system bicameral where with the British. Then after by 72, full republican constitution, right? Therefore, after 48, the laws which are passed by the parliament are known as acts, ACTS. Am I clear? In business studies, you will come through both of these law. One is the ordinances before 1948. The other one is the act after 1948. That is the main difference. Am I clear? Now we will move into this question. The profit should be shared according to the ratio of invested capital. No, section 24 says that if there's no partnership deed, profit should be shared equally. Therefore, this is wrong. Salary, no, not entitled to salary. Partners are not entitled to salary. Therefore, this is wrong. Only one person can participate. No, everyone should participate. The partners are entitled to a 5% interest. Yes, they are entitled for 5% interest. Partners cannot bear expenses personally. No, partners can bear expenses personally. It will get reimbursed, right? Business will pay back, right? It will get reimbursed by the business. It will get reimbursed by the business. Partners can bear expenses. It will get reimbursed by the business. In section 24 does not say partners can't bear any expenses on behalf of the partnership business. Therefore, for the 16th question, answer has to be answer number 4. Write down this. Right. Then lamai, in a cooperative society, the minimum number of directors, minimum number of members are 10, minimum number of directors are 7. Right, 7. Given below are the few characteristics of incorporated companies. Incorporated companies. Shares can be issued to the public, that is related to the public limited company, right? We have already discussed this in our theory class. In a public limited company, they can issue shares and debentures to the public limited company. Right? This week in the theory class, we are discussing the incorporated company and then franchise. The maximum number of shareholder 50. What is that? Private limited company. Private limited company. Credit rating test is required prior to the distribution of dividends. That is PLC. That is public limited company. Right? Which is the solvency test. The minimum number of directors is 1. Private limited company. Private limited company. Private limited company. Capital can be raised by issuing shares. It can be done in private limited company, but it cannot be done in public. That's the only thing. Therefore, what is connected to the PLC, public limited company? AE, right? AE has to be related to the public limited company. This has to be changed, Lama. Change this into private, change this into public. Sorry. Shares can be issued to public and credit rating test is required. That is A and E connected to the public limited company. B, C and D, maximum number of shareholder. Am I clear? Capital can be raised and then minimum number of directors 1, private limited company. Therefore, answer is answer number 4. Make sure that you change this. Method, you are write down private. Here you are write down public. Okay. So tell me, up until here, did you all understand? Quickly give me the answer to the live chat. Did you all understand up until this? Is this 100% clear? Right. Then select the suitable statement related to a public limited company. Minimum number of director is 2 and maximum is unlimited. That is the correct answer. Most suitable answer. Am I clear? Credit rating test is also can be taken an answer. Am I clear? But the most suitable is 2 because more than the credit rating, we are giving a name here which is known as solvency test. Solvency test. Some of the questions are taken from a government paper, a resource book. That is the reason why some questions are a bit different. Given below are few characteristics of the cooperative business. Among the answer, significant characteristics and the policies that they have given. These are some of the factors related to the cooperative business. They have given the policies and the characteristics. Am I clear? Features are given and the policies are being given. So what are the policies and what are the features, right? Last week in the class, we discussed what are the features and what are the policies. Democratic control, which is everyone will have an equal amount of power. If you take a company, people who purchase the higher number of share will have the highest power and people who are having less number of share having less power. But in a cooperative business, it's not like that. It is completely different, democratically controlled. Based on the democracy, only the cooperative business works. Therefore, this is a policy. If you go through the tute, you will understand consuming over the society is also a policy. Voluntary and open membership. Anyone can come and join. Voluntary. There's no by force, right? This is a policy. Therefore, B, C, and E are policy. B, C, and E are policy. An independent organization. That is a characteristic. Am I clear? One member issues one voting power. One person has only one voting power. There is nothing like you buy a lot of share and you get a higher voting power. There is nothing like that. Value of the share is 100 rupees. Initial payment 10 rupees. Everyone should buy the same. Profit is not the main objective. It's also one of the characteristic, one of the feature. Therefore, in the answer, B, C, and E are policies. Right? B, C, and E are policies. A, D, and F are features, right? Therefore, for the second question, answer has to be answer number 2. Sorry, for the last question, for the 20th question, answer has to be answer number 2. Mark it. Now, if you have any doubts, that you all can quickly put in the live chat. Okay, we have discussed questions related. This is kind of a quick revision for your chapter number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Am I clear? Therefore, this is kind of a quick revision for your chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. So last week we have done the Vishaka paper. Am I clear? And in the upcoming days, we will be doing the Zahira College paper, and then the Royal College paper, and the famous schools paper. Therefore, in parallel to our theory, this is not a class that we are discussing only the theory. In parallel to our theory, we are discussing questions also. Am I clear? Therefore, people who want to join our classes, that you all can drop me a WhatsApp message. That's the number in the description. And then make sure that you join our WhatsApp channel. Also, our theory classes are on Wednesdays, which is from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Am I clear? Right. Therefore, with this questions that we are going to wind up the today's sessions. So give me a feedback, Ramai. How was the today's discussion? So this is kind of a quick revision for you in order to quickly revise what you will have understood in the theories, certain areas, right? So give me a feedback. How was the today's discussion? And did you all understand this completely, perfectly well? And so once the live discussion is over, make sure that you will put a small comment in the video, right? In this live chat, so others can see and understand about the class. So give me a feedback. How was the today's discussion, and did you all understand everything perfectly, clearly, well? Right. Okay. Then Lamai, we have discussed the 20 MCQs, 20 questions covering the important areas of grade 12, chapter number 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter number 4. Okay, thank you. Session was interesting and wonderful. Great idea. Very good. Am I clear? And others can drop a comment in the video section. Okay. Therefore, Lamai, that we are going to wind up the today's session. Make sure that you will study these things, go through the lessons again and again. Am I clear? Business studies is a very interesting subject, but you have to make sure whatever the things that you discuss on that day in the class, make sure that you revise it. Am I clear? That you remember important points, that you memorize, and try to pick past paper question, because 2026 A level, you have another 1 year and in like 7 months, 8 months. So you have time. right? You have time, therefore make sure that you get the maximum use of the time, and go through the past papers also. You can do the questions, you can pick the questions from the past papers and do those by this time. Am I clear? Don't wait up until classes starts, revision and paper classes. By this time itself, you should do questions. Okay, therefore we'll wind up the session from here. Thanks for